We are back. Today I'm with
Main
Jermaine.
events.
Jermaine event.
Whatever, Marcos.
All right, yeah, government
Government name
names.
day.
Yeah. We're gonna be talking about five. We're just getting right into it. We're gonna be talking about five sleeper picks in the Regulation G metagame that we think could function due to some tournament results that have already occurred. You know, we can just take a look at what's popular, and we can look at some mons that are a little underrepresented, or not represented at all, that have a niche to fill. So we're just gonna talk about like 6 of them. If you guys enjoy, leave a like, subscribe, turn notifications, and make sure you sub to the main event. His link's gonna be down below. But yeah, let's just get right into it. I'm like a little sick today and having a kind of a rough one, so Main, you're kind of in charge. Let's talk about Toxicroak for a minute while I collect myself.
So Toxicroak, I'll talk about it since it was my idea to add it to the list. Essentially, it's a good Kyogre counter and a good Kyogre partner because the dry skin ability here makes it where you get healed by water moves, right? So you're essentially immune. It's like pseudo water absorbing away. So one, Urshifu can't hit you with surging strikes, and it can't hit you with close combat because you're a poison type, you resist. Kyogre usually spams water moves, can't hit you either. But the really important one is it makes a great Kyogre partner because Ogerpon Wellspring can't hit you with the water type moves. You two-shot it back usually with like poison jab, and it can't hit you with its grass type moves because you're a poison type and you resist that also.
Yeah, and it has helping hand, which is kind of cool.
Yeah, so like helping hand to make your Kyogre even stronger. Feint to break protects, close combat, fake out. It gets weird stuff like Icy Wind. It gets taunt.
It even gets Sucker Punch for Calyrex Shadow.
It gets Sucker Punch. Yep, it gets Lash Out. So if you're worried about getting intimidated and not knocking out the Calyrex Shadow, you can use something like that.
Yeah, this also has the unique combination of Sucker Punch plus Poison Jab, meaning that into like Clefairy, Calyrex Shadow, there's like a pretty decent chance you'll be able to knock out Clefairy and then be able to Sucker Punch in the following turn.
Yeah, it gives you really, really good options into that core. Because one, you get the fake out on the Clefairy, so it's gonna do something like Helping Hand, but you can like bait that and then click Sucker Punch like straight away, right? So you have like options to outskill your opponent with this mod.
And even like
Sash.
I was gonna say, like, even though like it's only 106 attack, you can run Adamant, and like you don't really mind being max speed Adamant at 85 because like the only mon you're competing with is Rillaboom, which is almost never max speed Adamant. You just have to make sure you outspeed that guy.
Yeah, and you'll always outspeed, and you'll beat Rillaboom essentially because Rillaboom can't really hit you.
Yeah.
Like Poison Jab is going to do more damage to Rillaboom than High Horsepower is going to do to you.
That's debatable.
I'm pretty stab Poison Jab into a grass type super effective versus like for High Horsepower.
I don't know. This thing's got 65 defense and Rillaboom's got 125 attack. Like that High Horsepower hits.
It's gonna miss. It's fine.
All right, yeah. Okay. This channel is partnered with GamerSupps. If you want to support my work and get great tasting drinks, you can order GamerSupps through my link in the description down below or with code Moxie boosted at checkout for 10% off. GamerSupps is a caffeinated product that I recommend only to my 18+ viewers, but my link will send you to their caffeine-free product section just in case. Every product purchased through my link supports my channel financially, so I'd really appreciate the support. Now back to the video.
Okay, Brute Bonnet is one I pointed out to Moxie also. So actually I want to look at, can we show them the stats?
Yeah.
So it was less about the moves and more about the stats. You see that Jolly 252? You see that number 117? That means one, not only are you also still outspeeding all the mid-speeding Pokemon like Rillaboom and Incin. I think, are you even like, what's the Adamant? No, it's not speeding Adamant Ursh. But under 10 when you're outspeeding everything.
Yeah, 117 puts you at like what? 234?
234.
Which is faster than 222, so you're faster than Cali Shadow.
Like you can run less speed than that, honestly, and get right to the number that outspeeds like Calyrex Shadow if you want. No, I think you do need
yeah, you do need Jolly, otherwise you're at Dragon Bolt speed.
Yeah, but like you can run like less like of the EVs and still outspeed Calyrex Shadow and Tailwind.
Yeah, so you can hit like 112
right
or 113 to make sure you're outspeeding that guy, and then like I don't know, you don't even need max attack. You can kind of like creep it and then still run some bulk and forego the Focus Sash for something else. Like I don't know, Main even mentioned like you could try Clear Amulet Close Combat, which lets you beat Incineroar sometimes.
Yeah, it gives you a way to hit Incineroar and not be completely walled by it, because you would still have trouble with like Goggles Incin. But you would outspeed like every Incin you'll ever run into. So you'll still be able to spore its teammate or spore the Incin if it doesn't have Goggles.
Yeah.
And then you can get 2 close combats off. So it's like it's really, really good.
Yeah, and like let's say that you're facing a Kyogre, another option you could do is actually forego the Clear Amulet for Bullet Seed plus Loaded Dice. And that actually makes it so this guy has some pretty ridiculous attack output. Because Bullet Seed is 25 base power, you're gonna hit 4 to 5 times, meaning it's 120 or it's 100 to 125 base power. So even at like -1, let's say, you know, you end up at that point, and you're loaded dice, right? Bullet Seed into a Kyogre. Your Bullet Seed is doing 73 to 96 at -1. You know.
Yeah, so you're always two-shotting even at -1.
Yes.
And then at neutral, you're just clearing it.
At neutral, it's just gone. It's just dead.
Just gone.
Yeah. The only issue is that if you're not loaded dice, then all of a sudden it's like, you know, the range gets pretty wide.
It's still fine because like if they Terra Grass or something, you can just hit him with Crunch into Sucker, and it's probably still like, or like 2 Sucker Punches, something like that. It's probably still fine.
Yeah, mind you, this is on 4 hits at -1. At -1, 4 hits does, you know, 73 to 96. So if you get all 5 hits,
so
which is
yeah, you're KO.
Yeah, it's 50-50 if you get all 5 hits, right? Let me see.
That's pretty awesome.
5 hits. 91 to 120. Yeah, that's actually pretty cool.
That's
too.
Awesome.
And you're still faster.
Phenomenal.
Like you can sleep, you know, faster Pokemon. Like Incineroar is usually gonna be faster than like, you know, Amoonguss. But if the Incineroar is not running Safety Goggles for some reason, you have Spore Pressure on that. Other popular Pokemon, Tailwind Spore into Urshifu is something that Amoonguss can't do. Tailwind Spore into Kyogre, Tailwind Spore into basically everything. Yeah. Like you're faster, and like, you can do it.
And you can EV like with just some health to like survive U-turn from Urshifu also.
Yeah.
So it's not like you have to worry about that completely. And obviously Terra exists.
Yeah, it's basically just a more proactive and offensive option to Amoonguss. And you know what?
Just be careful.
It still gets Pollen Puff if you want to be weird. I don't think you should run that on
Rage Powder also. It can get Rage Powder also.
Yeah, it does get Rage Powder too, which, you know, that's another option. In which case I think the Sash set is going to be better. You just go Jolly Jolly. Also, if you hear construction, my apologies. There is construction.
Also, just be careful though with fast spores is that they're going to take their first turn of sleep immediately on that turn.
Yeah.
So that's just something to worry about.
It's the immediate downside, but it helps you protect partners, which is nice. Garg. Now, Main didn't want me to put Garg on this list. Main didn't want
Moxie's idea.
I'm just saying, Garg has something that a lot of Pokemon don't. It has an ability that makes it resist Calyrex Shadow, and a Terra option that makes it very threatening into Zamazenta. Zamazenta, dead in 4 turns. Think about that. Terra Ghost, dead in 4 turns. So let's take a look at Garg calcs, right? Like, let's just go with like an old Garg, you know, body press Garg, 252 to 52.
Wait, is Sulcure that strong into steel types?
It's a quarter of the health, isn't it?
I don't know, maybe, but that's
Sulcure. 1/8 to every Pokemon, 1/4 on Steel and Water.
1/4. Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
I did not know that.
Yeah, it's ridiculous.
Garg on the list.
Yeah, and it's got like decent SpDef too. You know, 100 HP, 90. You know, you don't eat the water spell, but if you Terra into like a ghost type, like I recommend, where are you? Ghost. Here, you like naturally tank a water spout with Sassy Max SpDef. You can decrease that a little bit. And mind you, that's modest Mystic Water. You can creep.
Yeah.
You just barely live that, and that lets you put more into your physical defense, which is gonna be really useful. You're also immune to Spore. You're immune to Spore too. That's insane. And like into Calyrex Shadow.
It's really good.
I
need to see the Calyrex Shadow calcs into Terra Ghost.
Terra Ghost, like Astro Barrage, 48 to 57.
Oh, so it still needs a 2-shot. And if you don't Terra?
Yeah, if you don't Terra.
Oh, that is nothing.
Yeah, and you run leftovers too. So like after leftovers, guaranteed 5-hit KO. You can make that even better if you want to go crazy with it.
That's actually insane. That's actually insane. I didn't realize Garg just hardwall 2 restricted in that kind of way.
Yeah, the Zamazenta one's also really fun. So like that's really interesting. You have Helping Hand. I honestly don't even think you need to run Body Press. Salt Cure hits literally everything.
Yeah, you don't need that.
You could do Heavy Slam
if you really are worried. You could just, if you want to be a goober, just switch out Helping Hand for Recover so you can stay alive.
Yeah, imagine if this thing got dark moves.
Yeah, that'd be insane.
Yeah, just Calyrex Shadow, smack him in the mouth.
Just smack him right in the mouth.
Yeah. Pawmot. Welcome.
Yeah, if you're struggling with Mienshao plus Calyrex, but yeah, Pawmot's a good guy. So Pawmot gets a lot of good things. Obviously, it gets Fake Out. Gets a fast Fake Out, right? So right now there's a lot of Fake Out words. Fast Fake Out's really good. Also gets like Upper Hand if that ever becomes like something you need to make relevant. Obviously, you're already fast Fake Outing stuff, but if other people are using Pawmot, maybe you want to have Upper Hand. Revival Blessing is essentially bring back my restricted for free.
I'm tempted to use this with Eternatus, by the way.
Oh my goodness, you're trolling.
Yeah, just try again.
Are you gonna bring this with like Eternatus Wo-Chien and just bring it back and you can't kill anything?
Yeah, it's like literally just all right, guys, let's run that back.
And like while Miraidon isn't heavily picked up right now, Volt Absorb still has value because it's gonna exist. No matter how good or bad a Pokemon does, it's gonna exist.
Yeah, and if you run like Terra Fairy on this guy, if you run Terra Fairy, you now wall Raging Bolt.
Yeah, Raging Bolt is like right now cream of the crop. In as far as terms of like restricted teammates, it's really strong. It's stronger than it's like ever been probably. So you kind of still need to account for that in your team building.
I think a good way to put this guy is it's almost like Mienshao at home, but with like a PhD.
Yeah, because it definitely has some tools that Mienshao can only dream of.
Yeah, well, specifically this guy. If Mienshao got Revival Blessing, that'd be awesome. Does this thing get Wide Guard? If it got Wide Guard, I would like seriously consider dropping my current team or dropping Mienshao my current team for this guy. But he doesn't. But no, he also has some other really cool options. Double Shock is just a one-shot against Kyogre. And you can technically go Terra Electric to repeatedly Double Shock over and over and over again for a 240 base power move, you know?
Yeah, which is kind of insane that move is so strong.
This mod's pretty solid. I kind of want to try it out. I think when I get back or when I get into my new apartment, I'll have more time to test. Like, you know, more time to like make videos and stuff. So I will definitely test out Pawmot and do some team building. But I think Pawmot would be an interesting partner for Terrapagos. Because that mon's really annoying. It's also a pretty interesting partner for Calyrex. Literally every restricted. Like if there's a restricted, you can bring it back and like have it just be a menace.
Yeah, Terrapagos is an interesting one because Fake Out gets you up a Combine, and then like it takes a lot to kill Terrapagos, and then once it dies, you just like bring it back. That's actually pretty good.
Yeah. So no, it's a pretty solid mon. Enamorus. So Enamorus. That's my idea here. So I actually have a Calyrex Ice team that runs Enamorus. And it's mainly just that Enamorus is a really powerful Pokemon under Trick Room. Unfortunately, it's really difficult to get, you know, optimally. It underspeeds opposing Calyrex Ice, and it's also running the ability Overcoat, which allows it to be immune from powder moves. This is specifically good into Amoonguss since you ignore Rage Powder and Spore. And with the Life Orb, Terra Fairy, your D-Gleams hit really hard. It's exactly the same special attack stat as Modest Fluttermane, but a good way to put it is like Specs Fluttermane. You're not used to it running 252. You're used to it running like that or like that.
Timid.
Yeah, or timid.
Timid Flutter.
This thing wants to be slow. It doesn't want that speed, and it wants to have as much special attack as possible. This is like Fluttermane if it hit the gym, you know? If Fluttermane just had some muscle behind it. It's a scary mon.
This is the Fluttermane from Reg B, where people were doing like Modest or Special Attack Booster, and like before people were trying to get bulky and fast. This is Reg B, the most oppressive version.
Yeah, and it's like a really solid Trick Room sweeper. Also, its bulk's pretty impressive.
It underspeeds Calyrex is kind of the most important thing, right? It's that you get to kind of hit it first before it hits you.
And its bulk's really impressive. You know, 74 HP, 110 defense, 100 special defense, and dude, 135 special attack. That's hot. That's hot.
Yeah, it's min-max to oblivion.
Yeah. Last mon. Let me a quicker video. Tsareena. You want to talk about Tsareena in the current format?
Yeah, Tsareena is just good as one, a prio blocking mon as it always is. Like obviously it's probably a little bit more obvious now. But Queen Majesty just great to block like all the fake out support. Like Rillaboom, Amoonguss, and Incineroar are 3 of the top 4 most used Pokemon in all tournaments right now. So being immune to Spore, resisting Grass, and also blocking both of their fake outs while being faster than the Incineroar, and I think you're also faster than Rillaboom with this much
most
speed.
Of them, yeah.
Sure. So like you turn on them, you can high jump kick Incineroar, you can triple axe the Rillabooms, you can pivot, you can switch in. They have to always be worried that you're going to switch in to either take a hit or to take a fake out. So it's just really good, and it resists like a lot of good things with its grass typing.
Yeah, and I mean, it's also just like a phenomenal Kyogre partner. Like these two are just Kyogre enablers, right? But like Tsareena is especially a good Kyogre enabler. Yeah, it used to be a little bit better because it used to have Feint, which is kind of annoying that they took it away from it, but I'm kind of okay with it. Like that move was a little busted on Tsareena. But being able to block like Fake Out, Grassy Glide, everything for Kyogre, that lets the old Scarf Kyogre possibly do something. But you know, nowadays Kyogres are usually like either Leftovers, Calm Mind, or like just Mystic Water straight up hit you in the face with with a water move. So you know, this is a solid Pokemon, decent matchups into like 3 of the top 4 Pokemon. It also, you know, can run the Assault Vest, which will allow it to better take on slots, threatening special attackers like Miraidon if it ever shows up again, but most importantly, Calyrex Shadow Rider. 72 HP, 98 spit up. Yeah.
It gets dark coverage as well. So like if you're really struggling with that, the AV plus like dark coverage,
it gets knocked off.
Like it gives you options.
Yeah. Like if you're gonna drop a move, if you're gonna drop a move for knockoff, it should be high jump kick, because that move is almost exclusively for Incineroar, and knockoffs can be much more spammable.
Yeah, triple axle is really good for like the dragon types as well, like Miraidon or Raging Bolt. Those are two prominent dragons, and then Miraidon.
Tornadoes. You can threaten like one shots on some tornadoes.
Yeah, you can. Yeah, and triple axle does do a lot of damage, even though it's non-stab. Because of the stacking nature of it, it just does so much to Pokemon that are weak to it.
Yeah, I forgot. It's like 130 base power at max power. Am I thinking of like the Weavile version of that, where it has Technician or Sneasler or whatever?
I'm not even sure. It might just be the base version.
Yeah, but it's a really strong move. Very hard to switch in on, and it's kind of annoying that like so many mons get it. But that's gonna be it. Yeah. Shorter little video today because I'm a little sick. I'm having kind of a rough day. Let me know that everything's gonna be okay. Everything's gonna be fine. My car's having issues and I have to drive people to Indy, so I'm gonna try my best to get it fixed. But
yeah, thanks. Good luck, Moxie, in the comments, please.
Yeah, thanks for coming to the channel, man. Appreciate you as always, and thank you for watching, guys. Have a nice one. Bye.
Peace.